Hello everybody, this is Nathan Menu, and today I'm going to be doing another trip review. This one is about a park I've been to twice now, and it's in the Ozarks. It's right outside of Branson. It is Silver Dollar City. Now this is an absolutely gorgeous park with some good thrill rides. Let's get into them. So the first thing I did in this past trip, which is what I'm making this video mostly about, is I made a beeline to the best coaster in the park, Outlaw Run. And it was intense. Like, yeah, you get like 110-foot drop hop, and then you go into some really aggressive turns. Then you go into a loop, and then near the end of the ride, you go into these two loops, which just absolutely. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I obviously liked it because it was a great coaster, because it's RMC. It's hard to mess that up. But like those two loops, it was very intense. After that, we made a beeline to the second best coaster in the park, Hulk Wildfire. This is the thing that is gorgeous. It has trees like everywhere. It has 5 inversions, and that's what the big point of the ride's all about. It has 5 inversions. It also has a drop taller than the lift hill, so there's that. Kind of like a lot of the rides you'll see in this park. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get to ride Paddle Keg or Time Traveler. Time Traveler because I didn't because the thought of spinning on the way up to the lift hill just seemed horrifying, and Paddle Keg because I could not find the entrance to it anywhere. I did ride this one I'm pretty sure it's called like Thunderation. It was a mine train, but do not be fooled. This is not a kiddie ride. I think it's more towards. I'm not really sure who it's towards, because it's a bit too aggressive to be a kiddie ride, but it's a bit too mild to be like considered a big coaster. So I'm not really sure. You take your guess. Next, the drop tower. I actually went on this on my first trip and not the second one. This has been the only drop tower I've been on that day I'm recording this. And here's a note to you. Drop towers are a lot taller than they seem. Like, this one seemed like the size of a small building. Cool. It turns out that before we even launch, you're way past comfort zone. So be warned. And the whole area that the drop tower's in Fireman's Landing, it's more for the kiddie. It's more for the kids. I went to this both times when I was there. I basically went on the same ride each time, but I did go into the play the second time around. And well, one of them just a standard, McDonald's type play area. One of them is like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like plastic balls where you put them in like a tube and then it shoots them out, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's very loud, and they're just all over. Those balls are all over the floor. It's hilarious, but you could easily trip on one. Next, the food. I did not have very much food either time. This time I had like some nachos. They were pretty good. I went during like the Spring Festival, which I saw one show. I know, kind of bad. I also saw the end of like a pogo stick show. That was amusing. The show I went to see was like a circus kind of thing. You got people climbing in ropes while flipping, and people balancing on humanly impossible things. I swear one of those was rigged out of the 3 they had. Anyways, next topic, the scenery. This is a gorgeous park. It's in the Ozarks. Like, it's beautiful. There's not much need said. The roller coasters all look good. Another thing is the train ride. This is one of the big attractions. If you have not been in the train ride, you have not been to Silver Dollar City. It has a stop on the way. Where there's like a little ceiling. Didn't really do much for me, but the rest of the ride, the overhead voice was funny, and it gave you a nice tour of the park. I already seen most of it on the way to Outlaw Run though, so there's that. Entrance. I went at like the start of the day, so they had like the national anthem playing, and so we all just kind of stood there with this happening for like a few minutes. I'd say this is one of the more patriotic parks out there, because a lot of the parks you don't really get things like that. I mean, you might get an American flag at the entrance, but you can tell this is an American park. Six Flags, they can go anywhere. Another coaster they have is Fire in the Hole. I don't really know much about what it was about. I know there was supposed to be about I'm pretty sure people setting a town on fire. I've heard that how one's based on what happened in the town that where Silver Dollar City is now. But I don't know. I don't really know much about the whole history of the park. I know that Marble Cave. I did not go into Marble Cave. We were all pretty tired around 3 o'clock, so we didn't really go in Marble Cave. I heard it's pretty cool though. Apparently where the park started. And also, this is a big park. It has a pretty decent lineup of coasters, but it's quality over quantity there. But like, it's very easy to get lost. I mean, the signs, they're definitely there, but for the first like half of the park, you're not gonna see any signs for all of them. And that's where I wanted to go first, because I didn't want to have to stand in line. The entire day, there was basically no line for any of the roller coasters. The last one I went on fire in the hole had like a, I don't know, 2-minute wait. What is this? Most of the big rides had no wait at all. The longest I waited in the line was for like those balloons and Fireman's Landing thing. But it's a very big park. It's easy to get lost if you don't know what you're doing and not following the signs. Do not use the app. We used the app and got lost on many, many occasions. The app needs some serious revamping. And let's talk about the kiddie rides. I already kind of touched on this, but most of them are in Fireman's Landing. I mean, this park is more about the shows and not the rides. I mean, it's about the shows and roller coasters. And the kiddie rides, they're few and far between. If you're a kid, you're gonna be hanging out in Fireman's Field. I'm old enough that I go on all the roller coasters. I'm a roller coaster nerd, so I obviously spent most of my time around roller coasters. But there aren't actually that many kiddie rides as you may think. Most of them are again in Fireman's Landing, and I don't really know about many elsewhere. Also, when I went there, it was on the way to Outlaw Run. There was like this big construction site. I don't know if it's supposed to be a roller coaster. I mean, they could fit like a spaghetti roller coaster. They could fit a new roller coaster in there. I'm not really up to date about this whole thing. I don't really follow Silver Dollar City updates that much, so I don't really know what's going on behind there, but it was just weird to look at. So that is basically the end of the video. Overall, I give Silver Dollar City an 8 out of 10. You need to make that entrance to things like Paddle Cake and the water ride a bit more obvious. But besides that, fantastic park, great roller coasters, pretty good food. They also have medication at the end of a roller coaster, which was very convenient for me. The pollen here was just, I feel like that took away from the experience. The pollen was awful, but I'm getting off track. Anyways, so see you guys next time, and next park review is coming up, Six Flags America.